Today we're going to take a look round Cunards Queen Victoria. Hi, it's Linz from Sweet Natured. As always, I'm joined by Marky.
Hello.
Hello, we put the video together and this is my first time watching, so let's see what we can see.
Well, as you said, Linz, today we're going to be having a ship tour around Queen Victoria.
Yes.
So I'm going to take you to some place on this that you didn't manage to see on our 4-night cruise.
Oh, the 4 nights probably explains it.
It does, because it's not a long time to spend on a ship of this size.
And it was December.
It was December. Not that you can tell looking at the weather there.
It's gorgeous there.
So I think I filmed this when we were in Cherbourg.
Yes.
And just obviously timed it perfectly with the sun being out.
I know.
So yeah, let's pretend that this was in summer. Albeit there's no one sat out or sunbathing.
No, which, you know, gives the game away.
It is. Well, we're starting up sort of near the top of the ship.
Yes.
And having a wander around. So we're heading towards the back where you've got a couple of pools on the ship as well as one of the bars. What did you think of the ship overall, though?
Oh, we're going there straight away?
Yeah, just having a chat.
I like Queen Victoria. I like Queen Elizabeth. I like the old school Cunard. I say old school, they're not that old, but I like the feel, the look and feel of Queen Victoria, Queen Elizabeth and QM2.
Like you say, they're not old. I think Queen Victoria was built in 2007, but they have and it's not that they feel dated when you get older.
No.
They just have a feeling of a bygone era.
Look at that pool, look, wood.
There's lots of wood everywhere. And as you will have noticed, I'm amazed that you didn't go straight to that bit.
What?
A little champagne stall.
Nice. I mean, that hot tub looks hot, but you went hot tubbing and you said that it wasn't as warm as you would have expected.
Yeah, but that's the ones in the middle, and we'll get round to that when I walk around there. The ones at the back, it had the temperature on the sign near the champagne bar there. I think it said there were 37 degrees. Apparently from other people that we knew on the ship who went into the back as well as the middle, the back was much warmer.
Okay, so that's our tip.
Top tip.
If you're on a winter cruise or a cold cruise, the back hot tubs are the way to go.
Certainly on our particular cruise there were.
So test them. Have a look.
Yeah, don't assume that they're all the same. And it would make sense because you've got at the back here, which is so open, obviously there's a lot more wind that can get across it, so it makes sense that they'd have it all a bit warmer.
Yes, but then...
The middle's much more sheltered.
Yeah, but you still want to feel toasty.
You do.
Yeah.
And it's not that the hot tubs in the middle, when we get to them, were cold.
No.
We just want hot.
No, but that's what you want in December. You want hot ones.
I think the space outside here is absolutely gorgeous.
It is gorgeous, and we've enjoyed it on Queen Elizabeth as well, just sitting at the back there, having
You
a
don't
cocktail.
Really get to enjoy it as much at this time of year.
No.
And you don't get to enjoy sort of the grill areas as much.
No.
That's the sort of the playoff in terms of that you can go. This was in December 2024, right at the start of December, and you get in all the festive stuff and the Christmas markets. But if you're not going to a sunnier clime, you don't get to use the outside spaces that much. Chili con carne nachos, hon.
Oh my goodness me! Why am I just discovering these now?
Because did you ever walk to the back end of it?
No, I don't think I did. What's wrong with me?
Well, we had 4 nights. 4
nights, and the drinks package.
Yeah, and we had 2 ports in that day as well. This being one of them. Bruges we were off for a lot longer because we went down to the Christmas market that day.
Yeah.
But it really does have a feeling of sort of the liners of a bygone age. I know that Queen Elizabeth's not a liner like Queen Mary too, but it feels much more like that. And certainly when you get down to the promenade deck, which we'll get to later on in this.
Oh, really?
I don't do a full walk around because that would be just about 15 minutes of me walking around a promenade deck. But it's such a lovely space.
Yes. Can't go up there.
No, that was crew only.
Okay, crew only.
I do take a sneaky peek up one area where it says that I shouldn't go later on. There was nobody up there, but I thought, I'll chance it. But before we get to that bit, would you like to invite people to subscribe?
I would love to invite you to subscribe. Thank you, as always, if you already have done.
And you can also follow along on most of the major social media at Sweet Natured. And if you've not done already, have a look at our Facebook group.
Oh, thank you. Oh, you do make me feel uncomfortable. Continue.
You love plugging the sort of
No, I
channel
don't.
stuff, don't you?
No, I do not. You do
Well,
you, basically.
Yes.
You do. If you want to subscribe, you can. You don't.
If you don't want to.
You don't want to. I'm not going to be offended. It's up to you.
Yeah.
You do you.
Coming away from you doing you, they had another of these children zoo cages like we saw. They're not that, but it genuinely looks like it.
Yes, I mean, okay.
I don't get that design.
No, I suppose if you're small, you're going to love it, but it does look a bit weird from the
Yeah.
outside.
Now, on this particular cruise, we had hardly any children on it at all because it was before the December
Christmas.
holidays.
Yes.
And it wasn't really one that sort of geared up. Mm-hmm. Oh, what could this area be?
Reserved for Queen's Grill and Princess Grill guests.
Now, obviously, there's no way that I would go up here.
Did you remove the rope?
I may have removed the rope.
Oh my God, we're going to be barred from Cunard.
Yeah, I thought I'd take a look. I'm not recommending people do this if they're not up there, but I was very discreet. There were only 2 people at the far end, and I sort of went the other way. Now, you see, you say that. That was my first impression. I'm like, oh, that's not that fancy.
Yeah.
And then I came up here.
Oh, no.
And I can't wait to hear what you think of this area.
Hello. Look at those lounges. Oh, yes.
See, I think by having a quick sneaky peek, I've done Cunard a favour here. Because that bottom area that you can see, and you can actually see that from another part of the ship, doesn't look fancy.
No.
This looks like the sanctuary.
We've got topiaries. We've got some lovely wrought ironwork. We've got very, very soft, comfy lounges. That's a bit...
Yeah, but it's a nice private sort of eating, sort of relaxing, drinking area.
You're not getting a view, really, but okay. It looks
Yeah, there's definitely not a view from within that.
It's not a view, but look at those lounges.
And you've got some sun canopies as well.
On the Linzi Lounger scale, I'm giving them an 8.5.
Oh, I thought you were going to say a 9 then.
Well,
without trying?
There's no blankets.
No. And I didn't have a feel of them, so I can't confirm the
You
softness.
didn't have a feel of them?
No, I was very conscious that I was wandering around up here when maybe I shouldn't have been anyway.
I would have had a feel.
Well, yes, I know you would, but I didn't.
Little shower. There's no hot tub, though, is there?
No, I couldn't figure out what this space is to the right here. So,
is that for getting married on or something?
Well, I'm hoping people can tell us in the comments
what this is.
What this area is, because there was no signage anywhere to say what.
Do you think it's just a Hello Peasants kind of viewing platform?
I mean, it could be. You haven't got much of a viewing bit from that way.
I went a bit Dame Edna there,
You
but
did,
you
didn't
kind
you?
of know what I mean.
Yeah. Looking down on the
Yeah.
normal folk. But I was very impressed when I came up here. Because
It's lovely.
it's much nicer than I expected it to be. This bottom bit, I'm like, it's just another sun deck, isn't it? But if you look right at the front, they have put the padded ones on them as well.
Nice.
So I'm assuming they put them on them all normally.
Yeah.
But because they knew it was a bit cooler and people
yeah,
weren't there.
like I say, no blankets. That looks like the restaurant. That looks
It
nice
is, yes.
as well.
I didn't try and sneak in there.
No, goodness, no.
Because when I was filming this was also lunchtime.
Yeah.
So we're in a port, so there's hardly anyone on, but I wasn't going to try and get in the restaurant that day.
Yeah.
And I did put the chain back on as well.
Oh, well done.
I know.
Well done. You touched the velvet rope.
I did. And no one will ever know that I was there. There's no evidence of me sneaking in at all.
Oh, good grief. Okay.
They've got the little golf ranges in here.
Nice.
I did see at a couple of other points when I was wandering around, not right now, obviously, but people were in there using that.
Okay, lovely.
So, there you go. That's what it looks like at the other side of the mesh.
Yeah, okay.
It's somewhere to hit balls, if you're in that frame of mind.
Right. Oh, I like these benches. They've got the names on.
They do seem quite classy, don't they?
They're lovely. They're like a really fancy toy box to me, that you could open that up and there'd be things in there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think on some of the other ships that we've seen, they've had things like, in certain areas, things like the shuffleboard
I can't
rods
remember.
and stuff.
I can't remember. I'm not going to pretend. What are we looking at now? Oh, the pool.
So this is I would guess, what you'd consider the main pool.
It is the main pool. This is the pool that you walk to between the Winter Garden and then going to the Commodore Club.
Yeah. So if you've come up at that side of the ship, that's the most direct route across. And in front of that, sort of just below the Commodore Club and the Yacht Club, is where the spa area is and the thermal suite as well.
Oh, I like it in there.
It's lovely. We didn't get a chance to go while we were on this one again. Probably
4
shorter
nights.
cruises.
Yeah, you can.
There's just not enough time.
I mean, we did all the alternative dining.
We did.
We really went for that.
I wonder why they call it alternative dining and not speciality.
Because they probably make out that the main dining's special anyway. So it's just alternatively special.
The way you put your hand in your wallet.
Yeah.
There was another little viewing platform here, but this one I could figure out had a purpose.
Oh, yes. Oh, I would have loved that.
Yeah, I didn't see any of the chess pieces or drafts pieces,
Yeah.
but clearly you can do
Look at
that.
that, darling.
Look
That's
at that for a view.
gorgeous.
If it weren't for the fact that I was filming at the time, I could have stayed up there for
That was
ages just
lovely.
looking out. 'Cause it was
Yeah,
just,
gorgeous.
there were no wind at this point. There's
No.
a slight breeze, you can see flags moving, but it wasn't breezy at all for me
No.
wandering around.
No. No, this is beautiful. I mean, look at all that decking. It's beautiful.
I love it when sort of I'm walking around doing the ship tours when the weather's like this, because you can really enjoy it. It's less fun when it's bouncing down with rain.
No, this looks great. I mean, look at that sky. There's not a cloud.
I know. You really wouldn't know what time of year it is at all.
Now, where are we going now?
So we're heading to the front of the ship now,
Okay.
and we've got what is now a mandatory requirement on all cruise ships, along with the muster drill. You now have a pickleball court.
Right. Still never played. Must give it a go.
Didn't see anyone playing on this
No.
particular one. I didn't see any notifications that there were any tournaments on as well.
No, but it always seems such a...
They always put them out sort of away from everything, but I guess that they can be a bit noisier as well.
Yeah, but where am I getting a drink when I'm playing pickleball?
Well, I think the idea is that you're not drinking whilst playing pickleball. I know this is going to come as a shock to you.
Pickleball is thirsty work.
It is. I'll tell you where they had the best pickleball court that I've seen. On Celebrity Apex.
Oh, that was very fancy.
Because there was a bar at the side of it.
A nice bar on the other side of it.
Yeah.
So if you're a pickleballer and you like a drink, then maybe
Celebrity
Edge Class is
Edge
the way
Class
to-
was the way to go.
So now we've got shuffleboard.
Yeah. And watch. Perfect shot.
Ah! Well done. Well
He was
done.
very happy at his shot. I did congratulate him.
Oh, well done.
It was like perfect timing.
Yeah.
Like that one time I recorded you on Virgin when you did the one on the inside bar and went right to the perfect one as well.
Must be you. You must be lucky.
Lucky video. It must be. Walking back to where the observation / chest area was before we go down to the main pool.
Okay, lovely.
And weather, still lovely.
God, it's gorgeous, isn't it?
The thing was, though, after we left Cherbourg, the captain announced that he was going to have to put his foot down
Yes, he
and get
did.
back to Southampton. 'Cause we left here at, I'm going to say 5 o'clock, but it might have been a different time. And he said, we're going to now get to Southampton for 2 a.m. rather than 7 a.m.
Oh, this is a smoking area if you like smoking.
So we could beat the storm. You wouldn't know that by looking,
No,
would you?
you wouldn't, no.
Can't remember. Was it Storm Dara or something?
I think it was. Caused mayhem.
And again, back inside, more wood.
Yeah, and look at the lovely carpets. Where are we now?
Where do you think we are?
We're
at this
on
point?
deck 10, stairway A,
Yeah.
apparently.
What's on deck 10, hon?
What is on deck 10?
If only I could show you.
Oh, the yacht. Oh, my favourite place.
It's your favourite place isn't the yacht club.
No, it's
not
not.
to be confused with MSC's yacht club. We haven't
No.
suddenly gone on to a different.
That's the
ship.
yacht club. It's a bit like we say. There's a lot of glass to say it's a kind of nightclub area.
Well, this is their nightclub area.
Yeah.
Isn't it? It has some alternative use during the day, but it's predominantly for the nightclub.
Yeah,
And it's not that big.
and it's not that nightclubby. Let's have a look at it.
I mean, it looks more nightclubby at night when they've got the sort of
Yeah.
lights on and
Yeah,
it just more geared up
Yeah,
for it.
no,
But
I understand.
it doesn't blow me away in terms of a venue
no.
yacht club.
No.
I don't think we on any of the ships. I
tried
don't
to
think we've
get
really
in.
spent that much time in
There
it.
was karaoke, but it was absolutely packed, and
Well,
everybody.
that one Queen Elizabeth, wasn't it?
Yeah, and everybody was sort of. Yeah, it was very busy.
Well, you say it packed. There were probably about 60, 70 people in there, and that's it. No more could get in.
No. Okay, so now we're going
To your favourite place.
to my favourite place. This is a Commodore Club.
I always enjoy this little sort of walk
Oh,
through them.
when they get the
The
plaques.
plaques for each new port
First
that they
visit,
visited.
yeah. It is lovely.
If you're remotely interested sort of the history of the ships or anything like that, it is just a really interesting thing. And some of the plaques are really fancy.
Yeah, I really fancy.
And then you can tell when they've been to somewhere where they get more cruise ships than others. They've just got this most generic of plaques. For some reason, I've not noticed this on the other ships. They had models of the other two ships in here as opposed to Queen
cute.
Victoria.
Yeah.
So I'm guessing at some point they'll put Queen Anne in here as well.
Maybe.
Because there were still areas that I saw that represented the three queens
Yeah.
as opposed to
To the 4.
the four now.
Now, I love me a Commodore Club. This is daytime Commodore Club, which is different to nighttime Commodore Club.
It is very, very different because during the day it's more of a chilled
Chill
out
out.
area
Yeah,
where people go in and read. You see people sort of knitting, playing cards, just going for. It is very quiet.
But in
the
an
day.
evening,
It's buzzing.
it's amazing for pre and after dinner drinks. Now, I've got to talk about the hors d'oeuvres.
They weren't as good this time, were they?
They were just crisps. Now, I love a crisp. I love a crisp with a cocktail. But there weren't any warm hors d'oeuvres.
No.
And they weren't freshly cooked. I can't get my words out.
Freshly prepared. Freshly cooked crisps.
They kind of had warm, really salty crisps last time. They were amazing. There's some amazing little nibbles.
Warm snacks and stuff.
Yeah.
And then when we went on Queen Mary 2, they weren't in the Commodore Club, but
They
they
were
were in the chat room.
Yes.
Whereas on this time on Queen Victoria, it was exactly the same peanuts and Walker's crisps or other flavoured crisps.
Warm.
Were served in
freshly-
both.
Yeah, freshly
I
made
know
ones.
it's very much a first world problem that we weren't getting served warm
Yeah,
canopies.
but when you're expecting it and it doesn't when you don't get them, it's disappointing.
Yeah. Please let us know in the comments if you've been on Cunard recently. Recently.
This was
Did
December
they serve the
2024.
warm? Yeah. Did they serve the warm canopies, or is it another part that's adds cost cutting?
Yeah.
And they've gone. It'll be really sad if it has.
I love them. This is a cigar lounge, isn't it?
It
I
has,
like-
and it has a humidor in there. Is that the right word?
I think you're right.
Where
yeah.
you keep your cigars.
Yeah, I mean, I love the smell of a cigar.
I went in there. I was just like, oh, it smells
But
so good.
I'm-
Neither of us smoke them,
No.
but I love the smell of them.
Oh, it's weird, isn't it?
And it does keep the smell out really well, that room.
Yeah.
Because as you walk past it, you can't smell it unless the door
No,
opens.
that's true. That's
So,
true.
Whereas, for instance, when we went on Sun Princess and we were at the other side of the casino,
You could smell the smoke.
you could
then.
smell the smoke before you got out of the elevator.
That's the. We're going back outside again.
Yeah, we're heading back outside to head back to the other side of the pool deck.
Okay.
And this is just sort of the easier way back, that's all.
All right, lovely. I do. Look at that, darling.
Weather check, still looking good.
Gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous.
It's a big old sun in the sky that day, isn't it?
I mean, yeah, it's beautiful.
I do think it is a really lovely ship throughout. And when we see inside it, it's the same.
Cozy. It's a cosy ship for December. So if you're thinking about a cold cruise,
Yeah,
a Cunard ship is a cosy way to go, I feel.
yeah, it absolutely is. And when you look at sort of modern ship design, don't get me wrong, some of the modern ships that we've been on, the Edge class, Sun Princess, talking really recent ones, the ships are stunning, but there's just something extra nice about sort of the three queens, excluding Queen Anne, which they went a slightly more modern
Yeah.
way.
Yeah, I love going on a classic Cunard ship. Just so warm and cosy. I know you've got all the dressing up and everything to do, but when it's just part. I feel you're honouring the tradition. It's just.
It feels much more like that bygone era, doesn't it?
Yeah, and beforehand, when you haven't done it, you think it's quite a bit. You're like, oh, it's kind of off-putting. But once you've done it and you've seen everybody else get involved, It's lovely.
It is. I would like them, from a personal point of view. Obviously, we know Queen Anne's just come out, and we've not sailed on it yet.
No.
But I would like them to take some of the sort of modern things that you see on more modern cruise lines.
Yeah.
Such as the in-room bits that you get in there, so you can switch the aircon off if you want.
Check those hot tubs again. This is a
Yeah, there you go.
reminder. Make sure
Nice little
you see
hot tub.
there's not as much steam coming off those as
No,
well.
there's not. Loads at the back.
Yeah.
So you can tell. Sorry, getting back to what we're talking about now. In terms of having that mix of the modern technologies that they can use and sort of better entertainment spaces, but keeping this classic look. So doing a proper hybrid between what I think Queen Anne is and what this. But I say, we haven't been on Queen Anne yet, so that's just us going. At the side behind the frosted glass, that's thermal
frosted.
suite.
Now, on Queen Elizabeth, when it wasn't frosted.
It wasn't, you could see straight through, inside and outside.
I wonder if you can see out from
They may have changed it on Queen Elizabeth now as well.
I'm just wondering whether if you're in the pool, you can see out.
I don't know. I went to go around there because I'll go through the spa in a second.
Yeah.
But there were people in there, so I didn't film in there. 'Cause people are in sort of bikinis and swimwear, and I don't think that's...
they weren't naked. Wow, okay.
Well, I don't know categorically they weren't. I didn't go in there filming. They could have been.
Okay.
The spa, you actually did have a treatment in here this time, didn't you?
I went to get my nails done.
And how would you rate it?
Well, it was quite an unusual experience, actually, because I had a young man with me.
Who was that? It wasn't me.
Well, you're not a young man.
Well, no. To some people, I might be. It's all relative.
I had a young man escort me for my manicure.
You did?
And keep me company. And then escort me to the Commodore Lounge so I could drop him off with his parents. And then...
Yeah, it was very kind of Josh to accompany you there.
Yes.
Lovely little spa area.
We looked at the pedicure chairs. They look fun, don't they?
They did.
There was 3 of them all together. The cruise boys were like maybe.
All 3
Josh
of us.
was like.
Yeah, you
fancy to
wanted
go.
it. Yeah.
No, Justin not so much.
Yeah.
So now we're having a wander around here. This is nice. This is what happens when you go do it on a lovely sunny day, and it's.
And seeing areas that I know you're never going to have a wander to.
I did go in the gym.
You went in the gym?
I went in the gym.
When?
I went in the gym to have a look at the gym, and then I came out of the gym.
Was this when you went to get your nails done?
I think it's when I went to book my nails,
Oh,
yes.
right. You just had a wander while you were there. Mm-hmm. What did you think of the gym then?
I don't know what I'm looking at.
It has all the usual sort of modern bits and bits. It's a decent-sized gym on here.
I mean...
If you want to sort of work out in there, you're not going to have any problem. They have plenty of class space. The class space is in that main area, so they do like the bikes and the yoga and stuff like that.
Yeah.
All in the same area, whereas on slightly bigger ships now, they have the classes in a separate area.
Yeah. One day I'm going to have to do a class, I feel.
Which class would you do?
A dancing about class. What are they called?
A dancing about class. Zumba.
Something like...
Is Zumba still a thing?
I don't know.
I may have just pulled that from the 80s or 90s, whenever that came out. A breakdance class.
No, I went to the Jane Fonda class.
The Jane Fonda 70s workout. Yeah.
I think you'll find it's 80s and it was on VHS.
Was it? But did it start in the 70s?
I don't know. Either way, leg warmers, headband.
That's what you want to... Well, that's the VHS workout on Virgin. We did do that.
I did do that.
I think they should do more fun comedy workouts.
Not a comedy workout.
No, but that are light-hearted. You still get a workout, but there's a bit of fun involved in it, as opposed to people shouting at you.
I don't want to be shouted at.
Because when you do like those spin class type stuff, they're very bossy.
I'm not. Yeah, no, I don't even know. Like a spin class, I'm just no.
You just imagine that you're twizzling around very quick.
I'm not the type of... I'm not into paying for people to shout at me.
No. You like to do the shouting. Anyway, wandering back through. So we're heading back towards Winter Garden.
I love Winter Garden.
We may see somebody camped out there having several mimosas when I get round to that bit in a few seconds.
Camped out? What are you trying to say?
I left you there earlier on it. You were still here at that point and you were there when I get back.
I was quite half cut by the time you got back.
You were, yeah. You'd had a few mimosas.
I had quite a few mimosas and an apricot bellini.
it was nice that they had the pool towels out, and the pool towels, I did have a feel of a
Oh,
towel.
good.
So I know you like a towel feel.
I like a towel feel.
Very soft.
Nice, good.
They didn't feel cheap. They didn't feel one, because sometimes you get it and they're really rough. They've
feel
been
a
through
bit-
washer a million
Yeah,
times.
they feel.
So either these were relatively new towels, or they have a really good process to stop them getting quite so rough.
Yeah, I don't like a rough towel.
No, these were not rough towels. You can be
Okay.
confident within here.
So here you go into. I love a winter garden.
I do, but I didn't really get a chance to do much in here. So I didn't sit down with you much before I left you to go do this filming. Mm-hmm. I popped in one day when you were having a sleep, and Justin and Tristan were in there, and I sort of just stood in there for 5-10 minutes before moving on. So normally they do things like the trivia in here, and there's some music. And when we did Queen Elizabeth for the first time, it was our go-to.
Yeah, but it
place.
was a longer itinerary.
It was.
Oh, look, there looks to be something happening in that corner. I wonder what it could be.
Could it be people attracted to Linzi's mimosas?
Well, that's one word for them.
Okay, rapidly moving on. Just say hi to you and then I'll quickly move on.
Thank you. There I was. I've gone now.
So yeah, walking back through Winter Garden, back towards foodie areas.
Nice.
Just a nice space in there. Does get very busy when there's something going on in there.
In the winter garden.
Yeah.
Yeah, but look there on a sea day. If you like a little quiet space, winter garden, it feels an outside-in place.
Mm. And if you're coming on there with a family, they can be out in the pool area, and you can still be inside if you don't want to sit out by the pool.
Yeah.
You're that close to it.
Yeah.
But it is much quieter. You can't hear the noise of the pool when you're in there.
No. Where are we going now?
We are going down because we're currently on deck 9. Mm-hmm. Oh, in fact, no, I think I go through to the restaurant first, actually. Correct myself, I ain't gone down yet because I walked through the Lido.
The Lido or the Lido.
How do you reckon you say it?
We say Lido, I think.
We do, because we call it a Lido in North, but it's Lido deck.
But we call it a Lido.
Lido.
Potato.
Yes. Either way, it's their buffet.
Tomato.
What do you think to the buffet on here?
Now, I like sushi. So when we managed to get lunch in here rather than the Golden Lion the first day, and I'm glad we got lunch in here. And I had some lovely sashimi, a lovely selection, lovely light lunch because we were going to the veranda in the evening.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was great. It's a nice buffet area.
It's not. They don't have the biggest variety. It
That's
doesn't
true.
change much each day. You will have seen on the menu a second ago that they have a theme for each evening.
And that was the Oriental
evening.
Okay.
So it was sort of Pan-Asia.
Yeah.
But it's sort of, that's one section that changes,
Yeah.
and then the rest is pretty much the same each time. Certainly if you've been on any of the sort of bigger, newer ships,
Yeah.
or Queen Anne for that matter, then you're going to find the buffet a little bit dated in terms of choice.
Yeah. Now,
But freshness, no problem.
They did nachos. They have a little nacho station.
Yep.
But they didn't do cheese sauce.
How can you do
Warm
nachos and no
hot
warm
cheese
cheese
sauce.
sauce?
I don't know, because if you go on Celebrity and they have a nacho station, then they've got the full shebang. And
Did you get any nachos when you went there then?
On this ship?
Yeah.
Yes, I did.
What did you put on if no cheese sauce?
I put chili con carne on, so I
Okay,
made my
that's
own
fine.
chili con carne nachos,
Yeah.
and a little bit of grated cheese.
Yeah.
But some cheese sauce would have been very nice,
would.
especially in December.
Yeah. The area that we're in now is where they convert in an evening to one of
for
the alternative
pop-ups.
dining.
Yes,
And we sat at that table right there.
we did sit at that table right there, but it
It
feels
doesn't
a
look
different.
anything like this at
they
night.
they put up screens, so you have to go behind them when you
You
don't
can't
see
come
any
in
of
this entrance here. There's no
can
walk through.
You can go to the loos.
Yeah, but people can't come in.
They can't come in. No.
It's cordoned off, and it does feel like a specialty restaurant or alternative dining venue.
Yeah, it does more so than what it did on Sun Princess, which have moved all around now.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's lovely.
because I know we've had people speak to us about it, including when we were on there, friends of ours who were not sure that they wanted to go into it because it was just part of the buffet
area.
Yeah.
But no, the lighting's all mood lighting.
They change it so much, don't they?
It just feels, I could go there now.
And that Riviera, which is the menu I'm showing there, we did that on the last night, which is this night that I'm showing now, was absolutely fantastic.
It was amazing.
That was our best meal on board.
We'll have a alternative dining review.
We will, coming up in a couple of weeks.
Already, depending on when you're watching.
If you're watching this in a few weeks,
works.
it might be there already. Just check the channel. It may be there, it may not.
Yeah.
But it'll be there eventually. And we will only have good things to say about the 2 alternative dining ones that we did, which were La Piazza, the other one, and Riviera.
And I think we've done the set now, apart from...
We haven't done Bamboo.
We haven't done Bamboo.
No. So we did Coriander and Nordley's when we went on Queen Mary 2. And then La Piazza and Riviera on here. So I think it is just Bamboo.
It's Bamboo.
There may be a 6th one that I'm forgetting, but I can't think what it is if there is.
We definitely need to do Bamboo. We will definitely need to sort out another Cunard cruise in order to do Bamboo.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's not... We've just not had it presented to us as an option, has it?
No.
It's not that we missed it. It just wasn't on there when we went through.
No.
And just coming back around the other side of it.
Yes.
Now, the eagle-eyed amongst the viewers will have spotted... Oh, I'll come back to that thought in a second. There's a Create Your Own Pizza station as well, which
Why
we never
didn't I
used.
do that?
I've no idea. Neither of us
What
did.
is wrong with me?
I've no idea.
What is wrong with me?
No idea. Anyway, back to my thought before, distracting myself with pizza. It was decorated for Christmas when we got them.
Yeah, I've pointed that out.
Yeah, but I was just showing people there.
There
was like the nutcracker things.
There was a lot of nutcrackers. There was a lot of trees.
Yes. Not so much sort of general at the point that we went on, which is sort of the first cruise of sort of December.
The Christmas season.
Yeah, I think they decorated it the cruise before ours, but the one like music and stuff playing that you didn't get in the lift and it played carols or anything like that.
No mince pies.
No mince pies, no gingerbread. But some nice decorations. And the trees were lovely.
The trees were really nice. The only Stilton I got was in a pie. There was no Stilton on the cheese. I'm going off on a tangent.
Save that for the food reviews.
I will.
Walking through the art gallery.
Yes. I saw people purchasing, actually.
I know. Which, obviously, people do.
I think it's like...
Because otherwise they wouldn't be there.
I think they're buying a memory.
Yeah, to a degree. Some people will go to Starbucks and buy a Starbucks mug. Some people will buy a ship. Not an actual full ship, but a model ship.
Flash.
I mean, some people will buy a ship. But I think the art is sort of something to do from that. And they've done this one that it says that I can't remember what it was, but it was a specific limited edition of the ship.
Okay, so now we're in the Queen's Ballroom, aren't we?
So we're in, I think, is it classed as the Queen's Arcade, this?
I don't know. Either way, if you look down, you can see...
So we've got the ballroom on the left,
Yes.
and you'll see that again in a second. And you'll see it when I go downstairs as well. Lovely ballroom.
Now, it was weird when we went out one evening and we went... I had a little dance and a little fall over. And then we went for drinks. And then we walked back again from the casino.
Which only maybe, what?
30, 40 minutes later.
Yeah, it wasn't long.
And it was like a ghost town. It was
Everyone had vanished.
It was like The Shining.
Yeah, it was absolutely rammed. And then we came back and there were like 2 people sat in far corner and all lights on and they were cleaning it.
Yeah, it was like... No, there wasn't even a cleaner.
No, there wasn't. It was just lights on and 2 people sat at one of the tables.
It was really, really strange that the band, everything had gone. It's like it never existed.
Yeah, it just vanished, didn't it?
And that's the thing about it. Just... We had to then go because they shut the... What was that? The chart room? Is that where we were?
Yeah.
And then that was closing.
Yeah.
So then we had to go to the casino for a drink.
Yeah, Cunard is not just Queen Victoria, but Cunard as a line is generally not a late night ship.
No.
On it. There are places where you can go get a drink a little bit later on, and the yacht club is probably one of the few ones.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, we had some friends who went into there, and that had shut by 1 o'clock.
Yeah, and it just, and it's a lot of glass, there's seating, but it's not. I won't call it an intimate drinking late night venue.
No, there were none of the ones on the lower decks of the ship that were open late at night when we were on there. And by that I mean even at midnight.
A lot of the ships now are doing these like speakeasy supper club kind of places. If there's one cruise line that would be perfect for, it's this.
It is, yeah. I'm very surprised that they didn't do sort of more of that on
Queen Anne.
But
a lady,
did they do? Was it the Bright Lights?
Yeah,
on Queen
the Bright
Anne?
Light Society,
which is kind of ish, but it wasn't full on.
No, but it's somewhere a late night venue with a lady in a slinky dress singing lounge
tracks,
and just.
I mean, that says Cunard, doesn't it?
It does, and like drinking my gin and tonic and feeling all fancy.
Yeah,
that's
perfect. But you do get that to a degree in the Queen's Room. They use that area there.
Yeah, but I want somewhere a little bit more, a little bit darker, a little bit more.
So would that be somewhere like G32 for you, the nightclub on Queen Mary 2? So again, that has areas where they're performing there.
Yeah, but that's more like the Nautilus being on in G32.
It is, but I do like the design.
Yeah, I know, but I want something that feels like I know what I want.
Yeah.
Whether I'll ever have it, it's another thing.
Well, we shall see. We're on the promenade deck now, as you may have noticed.
Yes.
And I've walked round to right now I'm near the back of it. Mm-hmm. And there you go. You can see when she was built.
Fincantieri.
It's a full wraparound promenade on.
People love that.
There's not as many ships these days that have them. Mm-hmm. And it is lovely. Now, as I say, I don't take you around the whole side of it because while it was in port this day, they were doing some work on part of it.
Okay.
So they actually closed it off.
Yeah.
On one of the areas. I don't bother going back out again further down.
Okay.
But I just wanted people to see a little bit of what it looks like. It gets wider further down.
Don't we all?
This is true. And then it has are they called boat chairs? We always forget this.
I know this, and I'm going to tell you today what they're called. They're called steamer chairs.
Well done. Are you feeling very happy with yourself there?
I've obviously forgotten something else key to my life in order to have...
You've cleared out the space to remember steamer chair.
Yeah.
Well done.
I can't remember my postcode, but now I can remember what they're called.
3 laps of the deck
I'm not
is 1
joking.
mile. No,
I am not joking.
You're very impressed that that's there, but you've now forgot other things. Can you genuinely not remember our current postcode?
Our current postcode?
Yeah.
No, I cannot remember.
We'll discuss this afterwards.
Slightly worrying.
Yeah. So back to the promenade deck. It is a lot wider down there. We've got the theatre through there, which at this point was undergoing rehearsals. Mm-hmm. So if you check out our full cruise, if you check out the full cruise review, you'll see lots more of the theatre when we're in there. We show sort of the boxes and other stuff as well. But yeah, what I was saying in terms of the steamer chairs, the promenade opens up a lot wider further down. There's the big wide chairs that you can sort of lie back in and chill out and just sit out there. And if it's remotely nice weather, even if it's not nice weather because they have blankets, people sit out there in droves.
They are lovely.
We're back to the other side of the Queen's Arcade now. Mm-hmm. You will have noticed shops on both sides.
Yes.
I just thought I'd highlight this bit, which about the formal wear, because if you forget something, you can hire it.
Yeah.
And
I wonder how much it is to hire. Because if you're wondering, if you're thinking about doing a Cunard cruise, but you don't have a dinner jacket, or you've got to the time where the one you've got might not necessarily fit you in the way that you want it to.
Or if you've been on a very long Cunard cruise.
Yeah, or if you've been on a world cruise and suddenly everything's really
a bit snug.
Yeah. Then maybe we need to find out how much it is.
I wonder if there is any correlation between the longer cruises and people hiring more on board.
Probably. I wouldn't be surprised, would you?
I wouldn't be surprised at all.
I would not be surprised in the slightest. But I would...
Next time we go on Cunard, we'll go check.
Yeah, and even if they had a ladies' formal section as well, that might be a nice little dress-up thing.
I didn't notice any ladies' formal hire. There were no specific... because from a men's point of view, you're wearing a very kind of prescriptive outfit, which is like tuxedo type thing, bow tie or black tie,
Yeah.
white shirt, black shoes, black pants. That's kind of what you wear. Whereas ladies have a wider choice of what fits that sort of formal attire.
Yeah, I guess.
And they do have dress shops on board where you can buy dresses.
Yeah, but there's nothing.
But there's not what I would say is like formal frock
No, there were a lot
type
of
stuff,
There were a lot of caftans, a lot of floaty sundresses.
but not really suitable for the evening.
No,
Not the formal evening.
and
rather.
also not really suitable for December. I don't think I saw one Christmas jumper.
That's where I was going back out to show the steamer chairs and it were closed.
Cunard should do a Christmas jumper.
I didn't see a Christmas jumper
No,
on there.
Cunard should do a Christmas jumper. Write this down, Cunard people. Christmas jumper.
We're giving you this for free.
We are.
Christmas merch. They're sold out on this ship.
They certainly would.
The bookshop, which, because we're in port, all the shops are closed.
But the
That's why.
bookshop had other little things in there.
It did. That's where you buy your sort of toiletries, medicines.
Anything you've forgotten.
Yeah, pretty much anything you forgot is in the bookshop, not in one of the other ones, which I'm not entirely
No.
sure why, but
Also, the chocolates were there. I got Toblerones for work from there.
is that where you got them from in
Yes,
there?
it is. The bookshop.
Not in the other shop further down?
No, not in that shop.
Okay, fair enough.
That's what I'm saying.
I'm sure they're sold in the other shop as well.
Well, that's
But they
right.
definitely sold massive
Well, let's put it this
Toblerones
way.
in
They
there.
were on offer in there, and that's where I got them from.
In the library, had fairly long opening times. They do have some stunning libraries on
They do.
Cunard, and they get really busy. Queen Mary 2's got the biggest one that I've ever seen.
Yes.
I know Queen Mary 2's at the time that they built it was the biggest library at sea. I don't know if it still is. But it's not like this is small.
No, not at all.
And it's 2 floors.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
I'll show you the other one when we're down a level in a
And
minute.
then we actually used it to disembark on one of the days in Bruges. We queued through it.
Yeah, because that's where they exited to the gangways through, didn't
Now, internet thing here,
they? Yeah, never saw anyone doing it, but there is printers. So if you do need to print out
a boarding pass. or
boarding
something.
passes or something like that, you can get it done there. And it's nice and easy to do if you need to. Then.
Yeah. Here we go.
They'd set this area up pretty much throughout our entire cruise, I think, with jigsaw puzzles.
People love a jigsaw.
And it's like a communal one. Mm-hmm. So you go in, do a couple of pieces, carry on.
Okay. No, it's
Right.
getting busier now. People are starting to get back on.
I think there's still people getting off at this point as well.
Really?
Yeah, because it's only lunchtime.
Yeah. Piano, lovely.
So this is the gym bar.
Love a gym bar. It's always in a kind of offshoot area, but we do enjoy the cocktails that they have in there.
They have a really good cocktail list in there.
And it got busy at one point. I went and sat down, but nobody came to see me.
Yeah, I mean, we'll talk about that within the review. The sort of, generally speaking, the bar service was slower on this than what we'd seen on previous Cunard ones. And it could have just been this particular one. They could have had staff shortages.
Yeah, they could have done. They could have done.
It could be numerous reasons.
I always worry, though, when they pitch it as a taster cruise and then
You don't get a proper taste because it's not the full service that you'd
it's
expect.
it's not what you expected, yeah. Where are we now?
We're
Or where
going,
the photo-
we're going
photos
through
are.
the photo area. Again, there's not that many cruise lines nowadays that still have sort of
They
the
didn't put
full...
them. They didn't put them out. They put a few out, but I think the ones that they recycled, the
Yeah,
others.
we
were
never
ones they
saw
did
them
on
fully
screen.
opened with
Yeah.
everyone's on there at
No.
any point during it.
No, it
Because
was
normally they'll
screen.
open all these screens up.
Yeah,
The iris photography,
that's becoming a big thing.
yeah, we both had a go at it actually, didn't we? We walked through one afternoon and they were doing it and she's like, oh, would you like to see what it looks like? Didn't charge us or anything.
No,
And it's very weird that they put you in, sort of, you sit down on a chair and you put your head in like you're going for your
eye
eyes
test,
checking.
Yeah,
And then they take some pictures, obviously very zoomed in, and then you get a picture of your iris.
mine was terrifying.
Mine were quite good.
Yours was beautiful. Mine was terrifying.
Yeah. And you can have them, if you're a couple or friends or just two random people who wanted it, I guess, they'll do a picture where you've got two different irises next to each other. Or you can have both of your own,
Well,
depending on what you wanted.
I was like a woman possessed.
You are. Yours were semi-demonic.
They
in
were
that picture.
demonic. They were demonic.
Well, maybe we should have gone for that.
No, because they were terrifying.
Evidence of demon Linzi. It could have been to do with alcohol.
I don't know. I didn't even know those colours existed in eyes.
They did in yours. Anyway, we're in the Britannia restaurant now,
Okay.
which is the main dining room.
Yes.
It is a lovely space again.
Did we get a pager? I'm trying to think.
We did, yes. So on the we went in there on the gala night. We had allocated a table for 2, but we wanted to go with some friends, so we were going to get a table for 5. And went in and they said, yeah, it's not a problem, but it might be about 25 minutes. So we went to, they gave us a pager and said, you can wander around the ship, you don't have to stand here.
Yeah.
So we wandered back down towards that gin bar
Yes.
to get a drink.
Yeah.
And
as we sat down.
And as we sat down before we even ordered, so maybe 5 minutes at the most,
Yeah.
the pager went off and we just turned around and went back again.
Yeah, which we did.
And the table was ready for us at that point.
And it was lovely, and it was a nice spot and everything. We got. It wasn't in the middle, but we were near a window. Lovely.
Yeah. Lower area of the Britannia room.
Is this where we were? We were down here somewhere.
No, we ate upstairs.
Did we really?
Yeah.
I don't remember.
Yeah.
Well, we were up there.
We were up there.
Okay. That's nice. That's nice. It is lovely. I mean, look at it. When you're all in your formal gear, it just seems so. It just feels right. It's lovely.
The thing is, when you sort of showing any of these on film, you don't really get that true appreciation of just how pretty it is. Mm-hmm. It applies to every ship, not just this one.
Some don't photograph well either. Or
No,
film
they don't.
Well.
MSC, for instance, doesn't photograph well for whatever reason.
No.
Yet when you see it in, because it can look a little bit, I don't mean this wrong, but a little bit tacky. But
I
you
know
see
what you're
it,
saying.
you see it in real life, and
it's stunning.
Absolutely gorgeous.
Stunning.
So, however pretty you think it looks on here, looks even prettier in real life.
Yeah.
And this sort of area where you walk down for the dining room, if you're on one of the early or late sittings, they'll be queuing all the way back on this.
Yes.
But don't be put off, because if you're there for your permanent sitting, you have an allocated table. You get down there and they whiz you through it.
They do. They do.
Britannia Club.
Still haven't done this either.
The door was shut, but I thought I'll try it.
Oh, Marky.
And it was open. So I went in. So Britannia,
You have had access to all areas.
I didn't get into the Princess or the Queen's restaurants, but that's because I knew there were people.
And they've
in
got
there.
different coloured baubles in here as well. I wonder what colour baubles they have in the Queen's and Princess Grill.
And they've got a reef.
Yeah, different colours. Look.
So this is the equivalent of premium economy, isn't it?
Yeah.
So you stay in pretty much the same cabin types.
In the mini suite.
Yeah. But this is your dining room as opposed to the Britannia one. And I thought it was a really lovely space. There's a lot of space between the tables.
That's good. Now, you probably think, I'd be okay staying there then in that.
I would. But when we checked it on the previous cruise, it was quite a big jump in price to go into there. Mm-hmm. And then I'm not sure, I think it was about £700 for the week.
Oof. We're better off just booking the speciality dining.
Yeah, and for us on this particular one, it wouldn't have been worth it, because we would have only eaten in there in an evening once.
We wouldn't. No.
Which, that's then a lot of money for that.
No.
If you're on a 17, 14 night, etc. cruise, probably better value, if it's not too expensive.
Yeah.
Chart room.
We spent a lot of time in the chart room this time.
We did. I mean, we probably spent about equal amount of time in here in the Commodore Club this time, I would say.
Yeah.
So across the three, the first time we went on Queen Elizabeth, we spent most of the time in the Commodore. Mm-hmm. On Queen Mary 2, we spent most of the time in the chart room, which is a much bigger chart room than this one.
Yeah.
And then on this one, we spent it across them both.
We did.
So what it will be when we go on the next one, who can say?
Pretty.
They do decorate her very well.
Yeah.
They decorate her in a classy way.
Yeah. Cake. Is it cake or sandwiches? Cake.
No, it's cake.
Oh, no, it's breakfast. Now, you had that pineapple. You didn't love it.
No, you had...
A carrot muffin, I think it
And did
was.
you like that?
I did like it, yeah.
Now, a top tip in there, shortly after I finished filming this one, they changed that into the lunchtime one, where you can get sandwiches and stuff. But they have the gin and tonic drizzle cake.
It was all right. It wasn't like
One as good as
the
QM2, but it was
one.
still good.
It was good, but it wasn't a QM2 lemon gin and tonic drizzle cake.
But it is inclusive.
It is inclusive.
There's no extra charge, and
yeah.
we would strongly recommend it on QM2.
Unless they've changed it across the board, and if they have, then oh my goodness, I'm sad.
So that door at the far end there with the exit,
out,
that's where they opened it up for exiting off when we got to Bruges.
Yeah. So what we did is, there was quite a queue. We accidentally found
and
ourselves...
it genuinely was accidental.
Yeah, because we went, we'll go down the stairs from the top deck using the library stairs, and then found ourselves, and we're like, the queue, veranda.
This is where we're going.
We did dinner and lunch in here.
We did. The lunch this time, again, we'll talk about these in the specialty dining one, but it wasn't the normal lunchtime menu, and it wasn't the evening one. They did a hybrid menu, which we've never seen before.
Yeah.
Always a great space. My favourite
It's the booths.
veranda. The booths are brilliant. We didn't have a booth either time on this.
Nope.
Because there were more of us at the lunch one, so we want a bigger table. And then that's the table we sat right there.
Is that where we sat?
Not that one, the one that I just walked past.
Okay.
My favourite veranda is on Queen Mary 2, though. I think that's a nicer veranda because that's upstairs and it overlooks the back.
Yeah, there's no booths on that, is there? But they've got a little bar. They've got a more obvious bar. They've got a bar here, but it's a more obvious bar.
Yeah, as a veranda bar.
And you've got the bit in the back. Yeah.
I think that's a nicer laid out one.
I
think
you're
from
right.
getting to it, this is a better area for it because you're in the main atrium.
Yes.
So it's nice and simple to get to.
Mm-hmm. And now, where we're going now?
We're heading down towards the other end and down towards the ballroom at ground level.
Okay, I understand. Nice. She's so cosy though, especially for December. I know I keep saying that, but she is. They need to bring out a Cunard Christmas jumper.
They do. I like this bit, which is sort of with all the history of Cunard and stuff.
Yeah.
If you've got like 10 minutes, it's just worth going down and reading it because there's some really interesting stuff. That's your next cruise voyages.
Yeah, now you had to make an appointment to go.
Technically, you could just tip up, but then you had to wait until it was a space between the appointments.
But they did say an appointment. But unlike on Royal Caribbean or somewhere like that, where you just write down your time, you just find a slot, you had to ring someone. And I feel that's a bit just over-engineered. Just put out a clipboard with some time slots and let people fill it in and then take a picture to know what time they're going.
Yeah. Always busy every time we walk past
Unless there's some GDPR thing that you can't see names on documents now.
Don't know. Maybe. It's the world we live in. Could be. Ground level, Queen's Room. Mm-hmm. You get some fantastic ballroom dancers on here.
You do. You get some terrible ones as well.
You get people who've had a few drinks and then dance with someone and then fall over.
I didn't know they had dance police
until you fell over. And then they come and rescue you very quickly.
Oh, dear.
But because some of the people who are on there take it so seriously, it can be a little bit intimidating if you're not that good a dancer. You want to give it a go. You
do want to give it a go.
But there's people going around like they've just come out at Strictly Final.
Yeah.
And I'm not exaggerating that. Some of them really are that
they're
good.
Phenomenal. And it brings a tear to the eye when you see them.
It's beautiful to watch. And you're like, I want to have a go at that. And then you're like, I'm just going to get in their way.
Yeah.
So we didn't actually see any lessons going on this one, but they do generally have ballroom lessons.
They do usually have lessons, yeah.
We saw them doing the just a generic sort of like line dancing.
I'm looking forward to talking about Golden Line in our review.
We won't spoil that.
No.
Check out the review. It's very interesting. We've got some interesting things to say about that.
Mm-hmm.
I actually, having now been on QM2, which we hadn't when we first went in Golden Line on Queen Elizabeth, I prefer the layout of QM2s.
Really?
Yeah.
I feel
this is more of a pub.
This feels more
feels
pubby.
like a pub.
Yeah.
But it also felt a little bit more enclosed. It's a low ceiling in there.
Like a pub?
Yeah, but it just didn't do it for me as much.
Okay.
Having now done them both, I do prefer the other one. And then walking back down there, and that's sort of back towards the another entrance of the theatre as well.
Yeah.
Top tip for the theatre, they do have boxes in there.
Oh, yes, but you need to go book them.
Book them as soon as you get on if you want one.
Yeah.
On our particular cruise, they had Ali Jones on.
Singing Christmas things.
And some friends of ours managed to book one on the first day, and you could get 3 people in their box, and it was, I think, $60. But you got champagne while you were in there.
And some, was it Prosecco and some nibbles?
It was something fizzy,
Yeah.
and canapes and other bits and pieces. And you had your own sort of steward who'd come into your little bell to pull if you wanted any more drinks. It looked fantastic. We did try to get one, but by the time we'd figured it, it was long since sold out.
Yeah.
So if you are tempted to do that, book it on first day,
They're cute.
as soon as you get them.
Yeah.
Little casino. It's definitely not the world's biggest casino at sea,
No.
but quite popular in an evening.
Yeah. And we were, as usual, we were terrible.
Yeah, we only bet $20 on this cruise. We were the last of the big spenders. We played on the slot machines this time. We doubled his money at one point and then lost it all again.
Yeah.
So that,
we should have cashed out.
And then 25 minutes later, we walked back through an empty ballroom.
I don't know what's going. We just cash it. Just if.
As soon as we get up, we should just walk away.
Yeah, we should. We've got to do that.
Yeah. I love this.
Yeah.
What do you call that?
Is it a fresco?
Fresco? Yeah. As you were starting to say it, it came back into my head, so I would describe that as a fresco.
Yeah, it's beautiful, as you can see. It's gorgeous.
Now, when we came on this time, a lot of the times when you get on a Cunard ship, you'll enter the ship at this level. Mm-hmm. When we came on this time, we didn't. We entered on deck 3.
Deck above, in the same area, though.
Same area. Sorry, deck 2. This is deck 1, isn't it?
I have no idea.
But this is where your guest services are, or purser's office, as they like to call it.
It was always quite busy, I must say, so I don't know what was happening.
Yeah, and again, when you get on there on the first day, that's generally when it's at its busiest.
Also, remember your gratuities are going to be put on the first day.
Yeah.
And maybe they need that on one of your big screens in your TVs in your room to say if there's an amount on there that you don't recognise, it's probably this.
Yeah, which is your gratuities.
Yes.
Because I forget each time we get on Cunard, and you remind me in advance, saying, don't forget this is going to appear, and then you don't have to go, what is it?
Yeah.
And sure enough it did, and I remembered because you told me.
Yeah.
So they officially call this the Grand Lobby. I just saw the sign then, so not an atrium.
Grand Lobby,
but the Grand Lobby. But it's the central point.
And is this excursions here?
This is your excursion desk. Again, you'll find it busier when there's still excursions to book on your cruise, not when you're on your last day.
Yeah, in your last port.
And you're already in port.
Mm-hmm. Some beautiful. It's just, it's lovely. It's gorgeous.
It is, and it has lovely artwork everywhere.
Yeah, I think everybody, if they're considering a cruise, needs to think about Cunard at least once. Don't sort of dismiss it because of how formal you think it's going to be.
Well, that brings us to the end of the ship tour.
Well, thank you, darling.
Thank you, Linz.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Thank you for watching, and have a lovely day.